You're cute. Okay, great. Hey. Hi guys, welcome back. Oh, you're so cute. You're just so cute. You're just so cute. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest with me, my dog Brody. They are moving in upstairs and they're making a lot of noise and he is needy and needs to be held while we're doing this. So today I'm going to be doing something really sad. And I'm going to be reviewing the last episode of Insecure. I freaking love this show. I love it because of the representation, and I love it because I'm in my 30s, and I just can't tell you how many shows I just don't want to watch with people in their 20s. I mean, there's a shit ton of shows with people in their 20s doing 20s like shit, but I don't know, I'm just over that. So I'm appreciative of this show for that reason and other reasons, and gosh, the lighting is so good. But before I get into that, let's dive into the episode. If you guys want to know what I think about the very last episode of Insecure, stay tuned. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so this episode starts with Issa, and Issa's just going around Inglewood. I love how she goes hard for her city. I love that she wants to do this block party for Inglewood. Issa's going around asking businesses if they'd like to donate and whatever, and like a lot of businesses, they said no. So Issa and Molly are at a vegan restaurant, and this whole episode, I just thought Molly was super freaking toxic. And I think the whole season Molly was toxic, but people just liked their dynamic, and I think a lot of people wanted to give Molly a chance, but this whole episode, Molly was just on another level of toxic, and she's okay with it, which is weird. I feel like Molly, do you agree? I feel like Molly is the type of person who needs to have someone kind of going through shit, or their life's not that great, to make her and her weirdo life feel better. Well, Issa brought up the fact that Molly is negative. Like, Molly totally did Dorian shady, and Issa brought that up, and Molly's saying how she doesn't want to be another woman in the company. She wants to break the cycle, and she's gonna find herself lonely at the top. Lawrence, aka Fuckboy 2018, talking to his dad about how he doesn't want a girl with baggage. And the irony of that is this dude is going around town fucking people left and right, and he has baggage too. So for him to ask for something that he's not even, I don't know, for him to say he doesn't want a girl with baggage when he has his own baggage, that's such a fuckboy thing to say. I think it's because he has a nice smile and he's attractive, but that's kind of how they all get you, right? They all have nice smiles, they all are cute, and then they all just kind of literally fuck you and leave. His dad said, your mom and I had matching luggage, and I feel like in this day and age, to request that somebody not have any type of emotional baggage is kind of, I don't know. Molly gets called in to the partner's office, and the way her assistant spoke to her, I kind of had a feeling I feel like her assistant doesn't like her. I feel like everybody in that office hates her. Actually, I feel like everybody in that office hates her, and because she just came in like a tornado, just like throwing things off people's desks, not literally, but figuratively. The partners are telling her how they enjoyed what she did in the last case, and that her and Torian are going to be co-leads or whatever. And Torian calls this girl aggressive. And to call a black woman aggressive, especially by another black man, that's like, he knew what he was doing. And I just, always being called aggressive when you are doing the exact same thing that everybody else is, it's fucking obnoxious, and it's annoying, and it's rude. And Issa's telling Molly that she wanted her birthday to be drama-free. And look who is strolling up the sidewalk with flowers because he ghosted her ass for a whole fucking month. It's Nathan. And Molly, I don't know, I feel like I'm a little on the fence with what Molly did. I personally would never do that. If my friend is dating a guy who ghosted her, I would glare the fuck out of him, but I wouldn't say anything to him because that's her business, right? But Molly takes it upon herself to send Nathan away. And Molly. I feel like Molly doesn't want anybody else to be happy. Misery loves company, and Molly's middle name is Misery. I think this whole season, Molly has just been Misery looking for company. Molly went along with, you know, a lot of Issa's antics because Molly is bitter too. Molly's a bitter Betty. Takes it to her birthday present, and it is a screening of The Last Dragon, and I'm pretty sure it was the Hollywood Forever. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure it was the Hollywood Forever Cemetery where they do a lot of movies, but I love The Last Dragon. I think this is the cutest idea for a birthday present. And so Issa and Molly are in line, and then Issa's telling Molly how, you know, she's not doing that nonprofit thing, or she's not. So Molly says, good, I'm glad you're not doing your little project anymore. I believed in you, but I'm glad I don't have to anymore. Like, what the hell is that? That's such an unsupportive friend. Issa's kind of just like, what? You know, and she doesn't say anything. And I want to believe Issa's giving her the benefit of the doubt as their friendship, but there's only so long you can be with somebody who is nice to you, but they're not really nice to you. But I've definitely had friends like that, and it sucks. And yeah. So while they're at The Last Dragon, Kelly thinks she sees this guy named Quantrell, right? So she says, fuck you, Quantrell. And she's like, oh, that's not Quantrell. Oh my gosh. If Kelly doesn't get her own show, if Kelly doesn't get like some sort of spin-off, the world is wrong. The whole world is wrong. So the movie's starting, and Molly goes to get something from the concession stand, and she sees the guy from a while ago. I don't remember where he worked. I think he worked at Enterprise. When he worked at Enterprise, I think he worked at the desk, and like Molly sees him, she's like, Jared, and he's like general manager or whatever, and this guy comes up. And when they dated, he said that he got head from a guy, and Molly and her homophobic ass got freaked out and she stopped talking to him. So when this guy came up, Molly and her homophobic ass again freaks out, and she's like, oh, okay, well, I gotta go. And he was like, you didn't get anything from the concession stand. And she's like, I just remembered I'm fasting, it's Ramadan. And I was just like, girl, go away. And then she runs into, God, what's his name? Fuckboy, Lawrence. And you know, he's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't have time for homophobic people, because I feel like if you're gonna be homophobic, you miss the opportunity to have a great friend. And obviously Molly is not a great friend. So at the end of the movie, everybody's leaving, and then Issa sees Tiffany's friend from the baby shower. And Issa goes up and she talks to her, and she has this really nice moment that you don't see in a lot of television, where two black women can just be friends without having to overcome like one person trying to prove that they're something else. They're just two black women being friends. I don't know her name, but she was telling her how it's hard, and she was legitimizing Issa's Issa's journey to doing this block party. It is hard, and I think where the girl with the braid picked up where Molly dropped the ball was to validate, yes, it is hard, but it's worth it and you can do it. So we see Molly and Issa sitting on Issa's bed drinking wine, and I'm pretty sure they're eating hot Cheetos. And Molly, I think she did this by accident, but she mentions how she sent Nathan away. And Issa was just like, what do you mean you sent him away? And then Molly was like, Molly said it as if she did her a favor. And Issa told her off. She told her how it felt, and Molly the whole time was like, she had this confused look on her face, like, why are you now speaking up for yourself? I'm so confused. And then she brought up how she's like, you had me looking like a fool last week, which then this is where I'm on the fence, right? Because if Issa is that person to go to a dude's house, and Molly is that person to go with her, then Issa should have known that Molly was probably the type of person to send dude away. you know? So their friendship is just weird to me. It's not mine, so I don't have to worry about it. So Molly is being served the food that she made in terms of the way she's treated people in her office. Molly then goes to Torian and she's like, hey Torian, you ready to do this? Blah, blah, blah. And he looks at her and he's like, no, I think you got it. I joined another team. And then she's like, wait, who's gonna be my co-lead? And this whole time, she's just been shitting on people and shitting on people and shitting on people. And now she's like, wait, who's gonna, you mean nobody wants to work with me? Yeah, nah girl, nobody wants to work with you. And the two women that she turned her back on at the beginning of the season, they looked at her and they're like, now what? Like, you did this to yourself. Like, you did this to yourself. Molly is going to be bitter and alone, but she'll be partnered. Funny, because at the beginning of the season, was it the beginning of the season or the end of the season, last season? It was either the beginning of this season, the end of last season. We see this lady standing outside a coffee shop and she's like, try our artisanal coffee. And Issa's just kind of like, okay, gentrification. I think it was the last season, the end of the last season. And they are in, Issa and the girl with the braid are now in that coffee shop talking about how they need stuff for Black people. And it's so true. And it's just, it's weird to be a part of a culture that is not fully examined, but anytime we do something, everybody feels as if they have a piece of it. They're talking about how they want to do this block party and they're gonna do this block party, and she's offering resources and Issa's like, thank you so much. And this broke my heart. Nathan's apology broke my heart. I live with depression and she's a bitch. And sometimes she just kind of storms in and does whatever the hell she wants to. And until I started going to therapy, I just kind of let her do whatever she wanted. And I checked out and I was just like, I'll be back whenever you're gone. And sometimes that was a month or longer. And so when Nathan was saying that sometimes this happens and he is apologetic, it's hard to talk to people who don't know what depression is. And it's hard to talk to people if you don't know what depression is. So you try to explain that you get upset sometimes and your sadness is very, very overwhelming, but you don't know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, you can't really articulate what's going on. So that makes the other person feel as if you're lying. And so when Issa said, you know, wait, so when Issa said, I'm just supposed to believe you or whatever, I'm paraphrasing. And he was like, I know, I understand, and you don't have to listen to me. And that's just kind of where it ends, you know, like the other person has every right to be upset and the other person has every right to kind of just wipe their hands of you and not deal with it, because you don't have to deal with this at all. Like when he apologized, I understood wholeheartedly where both of them were coming from. And then later on, at the end of the episode, the very last scene of the episode, we see Issa figuratively and literally unpack her apartment and like set up her life in her own apartment by herself. And I'm so proud of her. At the beginning of the season, she was on dude's couch, you know, just kind of living by somebody else and not for herself. And now we see she's in her own space. She told Nathan to leave. She just took the Raisinets from Lawrence and she's over him now. And she has a new friend coming, which is funny because Lawrence was the guy she was seeing. Lawrence was her date. And I want to believe, because they're in their 30s, you guys. And when you're in your 30s, you no longer, I can only speak for myself. When you're in your 30s, you no longer do that stupid 20-year-old shit. You know, like, you realize girlfriends are far and few between, so the ones that you find, you hold on to, but also you learn that you should cut your losses if you have problematic and toxic friends and relationships, because you know what, you're getting older and there's only so long you can do 20-year-old shit, you know? I really like this episode. I really like Black cinema. I love seeing a representation of myself on screen and in the movies. I miss this show so much though. I I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch Random Acts of Flyness and Insecure over and over again because I can. And alright, you guys, that is my last review for Insecure. I love doing this. This was fun. It was fun talking to my phone. Alright, you guys, that is my review for Insecure Season 3. I can't say enough about this show. I can't wait till it comes back for Season 4, and I will see you guys then.